Good day, everyone. Today we will explore an exciting topic in math about measurement involving ratios. By the end of this lesson, you'll be able to understand how measurements are used to compare two quantities and how ratios help us make sense of real-world situations. There are measurements that show the relationship between two quantities. This relationship can be expressed in the form of ratio. This means that a ratio tells us how many times one quantity is contained in another or how they compare to each other. For example, a bag contains 3 kilograms of grapes and 2 kilograms of lanzones. If there are 3 kilograms of grapes and 2 kilograms of lanzones, the ratio of the mass of grapes to lanzones is written as 3:2, or in fraction form, that is 3/2 or 3 halves. So this helps us understand the relationship between the two masses. Let's have another example. There are 8 boys and 14 girls in a school band. So if we write the ratio, it is 8:14. 8 boys and 14 girls. So again, if we try to write it in a fraction form, it is 8/14. So in this case, uh, 8 and 14, 8/14 is in fraction form, and if a fraction can be reduced into lowest term, so we need to find its GCF. So GCF is important in order we can reduce into its lowest term a certain fraction. So in this case, 8 and 14 can be reduced into its lowest term. So how do we find the GCF of 8 and 14? So again, GCF means greatest common factor. So that is GCF. So to find the GCF of 8 and 14, so we need to find the factors. So what are the factors of 8? So the factors of 8 are 8, 1, 4, and 2. While 14, the factors of 14 are 14, 1, 7, and 2. So now, based from the meaning of GCF, which is greatest common factor, so we need to extract the greatest common factor. So if we try to underline, the common factors between 8 and 14 are 1 and 2. So those are the common factor. But which of the two is the greatest? So the greatest common factor is 2. So therefore, the GCF the GCF for 8 and 14 is 2. So that is why we divide 8 by 2 and 14 divided by 2, which is equal to 4 over 7, or 4 is to 7 in lowest term. So that's how we do to reduce in lowest term a certain ratio. Next, the price of a notebook in one store is 30 pesos. In other store, it is 45. So if we write the ratio, it is 30 is to 45, or in fraction form, that is 30 over 45. So again, since 30 and 45 can be reduced in lowest terms, so we need to find its GCF, or greatest common factor. So to do that, we will write the numbers. 30, which is the numerator, then 45, which is the denominator. Then we need to find their factors. So what are the factors for 30? So 30, 1, 15, 2, 6, 5. While in 45, that is 45, 1, 15, 3, 9, and 5. So based from the factors written, what numbers considered as common factors between 30 and 45? So the common factors between 30 and 45 are 5, 15, and 1. Now, among the three, which is considered as the greatest common factor? So if your answer is 15, then you are correct. So GCF between 30 and 45 is 15. So that is why we need to divide 30 and 45 by 15. So 30 divided by 15 is equal to 2. Then 45 divided by 15 is equal to 3. So the answer is 2 over 3 in fraction form. So if we try to transform it into a ratio form, so that is 2 is to 3. Okay, next. However, a ratio can be used to compare quantities of different kinds. Such a ratio is called a rate. So what is a rate? Rate is a special type of ratio where two quantities have different units, like kilometers per hour or pesos per kilogram. Let's try an example. Roses are selling at the rate of 85 pesos per 4. The word per indicates division. For example, the rate can be written as the ratio as 85 is to 4, or in fraction form, that is 85 over 4. But in this case, we just directly divide 85 by 4. The difference between ratios and rate is ratio is usually written in whole number. So just like number of fruits, number of t-shirts or anything that is in whole number. So that is ratio. While rates are allowed to use decimal points, because we're often measuring continuous quantities like time, distance, or mass, which are not always in whole numbers. So that is the reason why we just divide directly. 85 divided by 4 is equal to 21.25. Then 4 divided by 4 is equal to 1. So this means that the price of a rose is 21.25 pesos. So that is an example of a rate. And again, rates are allowed to use decimals, unlike to ratios that it is usually written in whole numbers. So try to distinguish the difference between ratio and rates for you to able to answer correctly. Next, a horse runs a distance of 15 kilometers in 2 hours. So the rate can be written as the ratio 15 is to 2, or in fraction form, that is 15 over 2. Or, so we should divide them directly. So 15 divided by 2 is equal to 7.5. Then the denominator, which is 2, so 2 divided by 2 is it is divided by itself. So it is equal to 1. This means that the speed of the horse is 7.5 kilometers per hour. I want you to test yourself if you really understand ratio and rates in my discussion. So please comment your answer below. Okay, so let's try to answer the questions. Number 1, the rate of movement of a turtle is 20 meters in 60 minutes. So the rate can be written as 20 is to 60, or in fraction form, that is 20 over 60. So in this problem, we need to divide them directly. So 20 divided by 20 is equal to 1. Then 60 divided by 20 is equal to 30. Then 1 over 30 is equal to 0.03. So all you need to do is to use your calculator to find the rate. Number 1 is a rate. The rate of the movement of turtle. So this means the speed of a turtle is 0.03 meters per minute. So that's it. That's the answer of number 1. Number 2, the amount of water taken in by a man in a day is 9 glasses. So based from the given situation, so the ratio can be written as 1 is to 9. So the 1 here stands or depicts about the number of days. Then 9 depicts the number of glasses. So meaning, if we try to understand this ratio, it means to say that He drinks 1 glass of water per part of the day. If we divide his day into 9 equal parts. Okay, to summarize our uh, lesson today about measurement involving ratios. So a ratio compares two quantities, and a rate is a ratio involving units. So these are powerful tools to help us describe and analyze real-life situation from movement to consumption to speed. So thank you for listening.